10 Extra News at 7 starts now.
It is 7 o'clock and voting has officially ended for primary day across Arizona. We are looking at all of the big political races that could impact the balance of power on Capitol Hill. And a live look inside the Maricopa County Tabulation Center in downtown Phoenix. We are expecting the results to come in just about an hour. Well, early voting is already complete. In fact, the majority of people voted by mail. But today, a few were dropping off their ballot in a drop box or voting in person. Ashley Rodriguez is live tonight in downtown Phoenix with more. Ashley.
Yeah, now that the polls have closed, the poll workers, hundreds of them, have been deployed across Maricopa County to the 220 plus voting centers. And once they get there, they're going to pick up those green envelopes, the drop-off ballots and the memory cards as well. And they're going to load them up onto big trucks. We're expecting that to take, a couple of hours or so. They should then come back here around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and that's when the action really begins. Now, we are going to get results as early as 8 o'clock because of those early mail-in ballots that they're going to start counting, about 500,000 or so, and then they're just going to add to the totals throughout the night. It's going to be a long night for these poll workers because they're just getting to work around 10 p.m. Now, I spoke to the supervisor, Bill Gates, and he says that everything has been going smoothly, but obviously there is no perfect election out there, so they are prepared for everything. And they said really this was a very successful day, but a new law could bring a hurdle for getting the totals out as quick as they want. It is mandated that poll workers, they have to count those green envelopes, those drop-off ballots, before they can pick up the memory card and load the truck. So that could cause a little delay. Take a listen.
People can show up and drop off their early ballot in that green envelope. The new law requires that we count up all of those green envelopes at each vote center, and we have a total coming out of that before we can take the memory cards down here to our tabulation center. So as a result, we may be a little delayed in reporting the results after those 8 o'clock results, the results later into the evening and into early morning.
So again, in 1 hour, we're going to get the initial results. Those are the early voting, the mail-in ballots, and then slowly but surely throughout the night, we're going to see the drop-off ballots and the people who chose to vote in person, and those numbers come in. You can always download the Fox 10 News app to get those updates. Another thing that is important to mention, that all the poll workers, they're all bipartisan. They're coming from Democrats and Republicans, and they are checking each other. There's a lot of checks and balances in place because there is some fear out there over election fraud and fair elections, and they tell us, the election workers, that really voters should be assured that this is a fair process. We also got word that the U.S. Justice Department has staff on site. They're going to be watching over different voting centers and here as well, just to make sure that Maricopa County is in compliance with federal law. But yes, we are settling in for a long night that is just now getting started. Of course, we're going to bring you updates at 9 and 10. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
Ashley, thank you. Well, a contest that could impact the balance of power on Capitol Hill is the race for the U.S. Senate. Congressman Ruben Gallego is running unopposed in the primary. And for the Republicans, it will either be Kari Lake or Pinal County Sheriff Mark Lamb. And soon we will know who Gallego will be facing in the general election. Now, current polls show that he does have a comfortable lead over Lake, but that is assuming that she can win tonight. Fox 10's Lauren Clark is live now with more. Lauren.
Hey there, good afternoon, everyone. In just a few hours, we will know what that November ticket looks like with that November race. Currently, we are at the Hilton where Kari Lake is having her primary watch party. You can see all the decorations, people already coming in. And for her group today, they're fully expecting this to turn into a victory party by the end of tonight. This, as polls are showing that she will have a comfortable lead tonight over Pinal County Sheriff Mark Lamb, who is also running in that Republican race. Now, those polls certainly indicating that she will be the winner. Here's one of them. Noble Predictive Insights found that Lake leads Lamb 49 to 38%. Lake also has the support of former President Donald Trump, who urged voters to back her in a Monday telephone rally. Today, she cast her vote and shared why she thinks she is best suited for the job.
looking forward to tonight. We're looking forward to hitting the ground running tomorrow and actually going after what really is a danger for Arizona, Ruben Gallego. His policies have put us in the hole that we're in right now. His policies have made every single one of our lives worse. His policies and his votes have made each and every one of us poorer and less safe.
Now, as we speak, Mark Lamb is currently having his own watch party in Santan Valley, and he urges Republican voters not so fast to count him out. He believes he is best suited for this role to represent Arizona in Washington, touting his previous experience with immigration and the border, which is an issue very important to Arizonans. In fact, he is still hopeful that there could be a major upset happening tonight.
This is a long year and a half, but it's been an honor to be throughout the state trying to earn the vote of the people of Arizona. You know, we've talked about how I think I'm the proven conservative fighter that and leader that has the experience with the border, the economy, crime, national security. Look, we've done everything we can do. It's kind of in God's hands at this point.
And of course, this race is certainly catching not only attention here in Arizona, but national attention, because we are talking about the Sinema seat here, the seat of a very moderate Democrat turned independent, one that was a swing vote in many situations, one that Democrats and Republicans could count on different types of scenarios in Washington. Now it could possibly be one that is either very progressive or very aligned with Trump. National polling suggests that if it is Lake and Gallego come November, Gallego does have about a 4% lead over Lake. However, that is still several months away. Things could certainly change. And we still don't even know who the Republican winner will be tonight. So we will continue to be out here reporting on this race. Make sure you stay right here, Fox 10, with the latest. Reporting live here in Phoenix, Lauren Clark, Fox 10 News.
Yeah, you know, Lauren, I think even if Mark Lamb does lose tonight, there's already talk that he's making a name for himself. You know, obviously he has as a sheriff, but politically, he could still have a future even if he does not win tonight.
That's a really great point, Ellen. You have to remind yourself that Sheriff Lamb is from Pinal County, certainly not a mover and shaker as Maricopa County, where we're used to seeing a lot of political names. So this is certainly a move in a political future direction for Sheriff Lamb, regardless of what the outcome is tonight. So certainly it is going to be an interesting one and an interesting future for him ahead.
No doubt. Yeah, as we know, politics, a lot of it is, you know, name recognition. So we will see. He certainly is making a name for himself in the political world. Lauren, thank you. And we also caught up with Democratic Congressman Ruben Gallego. Gallego served our country as a Marine. He represented Congressional District 3 before deciding to run for the U.S. Senate. He's raised a lot of money for his campaign, and we spoke with him when he voted today.
I feel like Arizona has just a lot of momentum and people are just more emotionally involved in the election this year. And, you know, for us, it's cool. We've been at this now for, 18 months. We've been traveling the state. We're going to continue traveling the state. We're going everywhere and talking to everyone. And if I continue to do that, we're going to win this election.
Yeah, and we have about 98 days to go until the November election. So whether it's Lake or Lamb, they will be hitting the ground running with their campaign against Gallego. Well, this contest came together, as Lauren mentioned, because Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema, she became an independent in March and decided that she would not run for the seat when her term ended.
Because I choose civility, understanding, listening, working together to get stuff done, I will leave the Senate at the end of this year.
She was elected in 2018 as a senator, as a Democratic senator. When she became an independent, though, she said the current political climate did not fit into the two-party system. Developing news from the race for the White House. The presumptive Democratic nominee, Vice President Kamala Harris, could pick her running mate as soon as next week. We're hearing Monday. Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. They are all being vetted right now. So is Pete Buttigieg. And that pick is made. Once it is made, they're going to be heading straight on out to the campaign trail with Harris to several crucial swing states, including Arizona. And a campaign spokesperson says that they will be making a stop here next week, whoever that running mate is. Well, for Maricopa County, the job of county recorder is on the line now. And Fox 10's Lindsay Regis is live tonight with more, as Stephen Richer, the incumbent, could be facing a tough primary. Lindsay.
Yeah, Ellen, Stephen Richer is fighting to keep his seat. He's the 30th recorder of Maricopa County, elected back in 2020. Now here are his challengers. State Representative Justin Heap of Mesa. When asked if the election was stolen in 2020 in a June debate, Heap said there was not enough transparency in the office to make a definitive statement. Don Hyatt is also looking to get on the November ballot on the Republican ticket and says he's not a politician. In the debate, he said the 2020 election was stolen. But incumbent Stephen Richer defended Maricopa County's elections and points to 0 court cases with rulings in favor of those claiming the election was stolen from former President Donald Trump. Another hot topic in the debate, mail-in ballots.
It is the case that the closer we can get to Election Day balloting, the safer our system is going to be.
Where the problem is the no excuse mail-in green ballot. Those are the most insecure ballots that we can have.
Arizona has had no excuse vote by mail since 1992. In the mid-2000s, Arizona created what was then called the Permanent Early Voting List. We've gotten good at this system.
The Democrat in this race is veteran and lawyer Tim Stringham, who is running unopposed. We'll hear from him later tonight. So we reached out to the 3 Republican candidates for interviews last week and today. Still, we have not heard back. Reporting live, Lindsay Regis, Fox 10 News.
Lindsay, thank you. A proposed law involving the border will be on the ballot in the fall. Coming up, our Justin Lum will explain a border measure that would give more authority to local law enforcement. And the Sandstone wildfire has closed a 30-mile stretch of a highway. Details coming up.
You're watching Fox 10 Extra News at 7 with Ellen McNamara.
The polls have closed, and we have a live look now at the Maricopa County Tabulation Center in downtown Phoenix. We are expecting a large portion of the primary results to be in about an hour. And right when that happens, I'll be on Fox Local to bring them to you live. And then we will also have complete coverage coming up at 9 and 10. There will be a measure on the ballot in the fall that would give local law enforcement the ability to arrest migrants crossing the border illegally. Fox 10's Justin Lum is live tonight to explain a little bit more. Justin.
And Ellen, as you know, this is a controversial topic and a controversial bill, and we'll hear arguments for and against it through November, as some immigration advocates are calling this proposed legislation SB 1070 on steroids. Now, of course, supporters of the bill say otherwise. Living United for Change in Arizona, though, also known as Lucha, is a Latino advocacy group, and they are referring, of course, to the old Show Me Your Papers law enforced by former Maricopa County Sheriff Joe Arpaio. Authorities could then detain people believed to be undocumented based on reasonable suspicion. It was partially struck down by the U.S. Supreme Court. Now, advocates for migrants are concerned the latest border security bill would also lead to racial profiling. Under this legislation, local law enforcement with probable cause could arrest migrants believed to be crossing the border illegally here in Arizona, and state judges could then order deportations. Lucha vows to stop it at the ballot, while Republican lawmakers say blame the Biden administration. They clarified that there will be no racial profiling.
Federal government was enforcing the law. There would be no need for us to mirror the federal law.
What we have heard from law enforcement is that they are not prepared to be able to incur now the influx of having to be also immigration agents.
So what else does Prop 314 entail? We are going to break it down tonight in a full report coming up in further coverage of the Arizona primary tonight. Justin Lum, Fox 10 News.
Justin, thank you. An update on the sandstone fire burning by State Route 87. It has now grown to more than 23,000 acres, and the southbound lanes of the 87 are closed for a 30-mile portion of it. So anyone trying to go south from Payson to Phoenix will have a 2-hour detour. About 300 people are battling the fire, not only on the ground, but also in the air. Stefan Lasky is reminding everyone not to fly their drones by the fire.
We have 2 intrusions yesterday, and we have a temporary flight restriction over the entire fire area. And when people come in, whether it be a fixed wing, a helicopter, because we've had all of the above on various fires, or drones, when they fly in there, we have to shut down all air operations.
Luckily, no one has been hurt. We are expecting temps in the valley to gradually warm up throughout the week. Your full forecast with Corey is coming up.